Coming up next, it's This Morning with George Stephanopolous.
Thanks for being on the show, Hillary.
It's good to be back, George. Thanks for having me.
Our issue this morning, education. Hillary, how do you plan to improve public education in the United States?
Well, first off, George, I want to point out that my record is very strong on education. I've fought for children's rights through my entire career, and even my first job as an attorney was the staff attorney for the Children's Defense Fund. As the staff attorney for the Children's Defense Fund, I worked to make sure that for the first time in the United States of America, handicapped children had full access to public education and the special needs they needed. As First Lady of Arkansas, I continued my work in public education. There, as First Lady, I spearheaded the campaign to improve public schools, and teachers' salaries doubled and class sizes dropped significantly. As First Lady of the United States, I continued my work changing the national after-school program from $1 million program to $1 billion program, and expanding it to thousands of students across the nation. I've continued my work, and I'm still continuing it as Senator, making sure that we fund the No Child Left Behind Act to the best of our ability.
I'm glad to hear about your past, but what do you plan to do in the present and the future as president?
Well, as President of the United States, there are a couple things that are important, and the most important is that we fund this unfunded mandate that is the No Child Left Behind Act. The No Child Left Behind Act is a George Bush administration excuse for an education act, and that needs to change. Right now, it imposes standardized tests and other mandates upon schools and doesn't actually give them any money to pay for it, hurting public school systems across the nation. As president, I would make sure the act received all the funding that it needs to actually improve public schools.
How do you feel about private school vouchers?
I am very opposed to private school vouchers, which is the opposite, by the way, of the Bush administration's stance. Private school vouchers take tax dollars away from the American people, and instead of funding public institutions like public schools, it gives them to religious institutions.
Thanks for being on the show, Hillary.
Always a pleasure, George.
Thanks for watching This Morning with George Stephanopoulos. Tomorrow morning, our issue, the war.